What happens if a jet flies too high? Well, in the aviation world, there's a term for the maximum height a jet can reach under a certain set of conditions, the flight ceiling. Picture it as an invisible barrier, a sky-high limit that keeps our aircraft safe and sound. Now you might think, hey, the sky's the limit, right? But in reality, going beyond this ceiling isn't just a matter of breaking records or stretching boundaries. It can actually cause significant problems. The flight ceiling isn't just a random number picked out of a hat. It's calculated based on a combination of factors, including the aircraft's design, its engine performance, and even the weather. It's the sweet spot that ensures the plane can operate safely and efficiently without pushing its capabilities too far. So, what exactly happens to a jet when it flies too high? When a jet flies beyond its flight ceiling, it enters an environment that can be quite hostile. To start, we have to understand that as a jet ascends, the air pressure decreases. This is crucial because air pressure plays a significant role in the jet's ability to generate lift. Lift is what keeps the aircraft aloft, and it's created by the pressure difference between the top and bottom of the wings. But as we climb higher and higher, the air becomes less dense, and there's simply not enough of it to generate sufficient lift. This is when the jet risks stalling, an event where it loses lift and begins to descend, often rapidly. Now let's talk about temperature. As we ascend, the temperature also drops. We're talking about some seriously chilly numbers here, enough to make a snowman shiver. This can lead to a host of mechanical issues. Picture this, you're cruising at 35,000 feet, the temperature outside is minus 60 degrees Celsius, and suddenly your fuel lines freeze. Not exactly a comforting thought, is it? The cold can cause the fuel to gel or even freeze, which can lead to engine failure. Additionally, the low temperature can cause the materials that make up the jet itself to become brittle and less flexible. This can lead to structural issues that are, to put it mildly, undesirable when you're miles above the ground. So what we're looking at here is a bit of a double whammy. On one hand, the low air pressure can lead to insufficient lift and potential stalling. On the other hand, the low temperature can cause mechanical issues, from freezing fuel lines to potential structural damage. Now, don't be too alarmed. Aircraft manufacturers and airlines are well aware of these risks and take them into account when designing and operating their planes. But it's always good to understand the science behind what's happening when you're seated in that comfy chair, 35,000 feet in the sky. As you can see, flying too high can lead to a series of unfortunate events. So, what are the risks of a jet flying too high? Let's break it down. First, the risk of stalling, a real danger when a jet flies beyond its service ceiling. As altitude increases, air becomes thinner, resulting in insufficient lift. This can cause the aircraft to lose control and plummet. Second, the peril of mechanical issues due to the extreme cold. At high altitudes, temperatures can drop to minus 60 degrees Celsius or lower, posing a threat to the aircraft's mechanical systems. Third, the risks to passengers and crew. Hypoxia, a condition caused by lack of sufficient oxygen, can lead to dizziness, unconsciousness, or even death. The extreme cold can also lead to frostbite and hypothermia. Commercial jets can only climb so far. Most top out between 35,000 and 43,000 feet. Push higher, and things get dangerous. At extreme altitudes, the air is too thin for engines to generate enough thrust. Cabin pressure also becomes a problem, too much differential between inside and out, and the fuselage risks structural failure. Then there's the coffin corner. That's the point where the aircraft stalls at low speed and breaks apart at high speed. There's no safe zone left. This isn't just theory. In 2004, a CRJ-200 flown by Pinnacle Airlines pilots climbed to 41,000 feet just for fun. Both engines flamed out. The aircraft stalled and crashed. No one survived. Modern jets like the Boeing 787 can technically fly above 43,000 feet, but rarely do. Efficiency, safety, and physics all say, stay lower.